Hello and welcome to Star Trek Jeopardy. My name is Rob, and I'm from the Keeping Up with the Cardassians podcast, and I'll be your host for this episode. I hope you enjoyed our Jeopardy-like, but definitely not Jeopardy music. Let's go over how this is going to work. We're going to start with the easy questions, which is the 200-point round. So we get to the harder stuff at the 1,000-point round. And then finally, Final Jeopardy. If you want to cheat like Quark would, go right ahead, pause the video, no one's going to tell. And if you enjoy what you're watching, please subscribe, please like, and comment down below. Let's go to the board and check out the categories. Movie openings. I'm going to play a clip from one of the movies, and you just have to identify which movie that belongs to. Dax. This is all about our favorite symbiont, Dax. Kirk's Conquest. Star Trek Lower Decks. Who Said It? And Jeffrey Combs. Let's go over to movie openings for 200. Which movie is this from? The answer is Star Trek, the motion picture. Dax for 200. She became the chief science officer on a space station in Bajoran space. The answer is, of course, Jadzia Dax. Kirk's Conquest for 200. Not only did Kirk bed her, she's also the only known person to have birthed his child. The answer is Dr. Carol Marcus. Star Trek Lower Decks for 200. The USS Cerritos is this class of Federation starship. California class. Who Said It for 200. Revenge is a dish best served cold. That, of course, is Khan. And it is very cold in space.
Revenge is a dish that is best served cold. It is very cold in space.
Jeffrey Combs for 200. Once wasn't enough. He played this single character 5 times. And that's way young. Movie openings for 400. Which movie is this from? Now, a lot of people crap on those reboot movies, and some, sure, but Star Trek 2009, it was a banger. Let's call it what it was. That movie was good. Let's go over to Dax for 400. He stole the symbiont from its 8th host. The answer is Varad, or as I like to call him, Lionel Luthor, if you happen to be a Smallville fan as well. Kirk's Conquest for 400. He had to let her die so that the universe could survive. And probably one of the saddest episodes of the original series. That's Edith Keeler. Star Trek Lower Decks for 400. In the episode Reflections, in order to get Mariner to stay at her recruitment booth, Commander Ransom threatens her with a transfer to this location. And that, of course, is the dreaded Starbase 80. Who Said It for 400. Dismissed. That's a Starfleet expression for get out, Captain Janeway. Jeffrey Combs for 400. This Combs role was always a thorn in Quark's side. The answer is Brunt. Now we're going to the 600 round. It's going to get a little harder. So let's go to Star Trek movie themes for 600. Which movie is this from? if you've ever listened to our podcast, or if you know me, you know Star Trek VI is not only one of my favorite Star Trek movies, it's one of my favorite movies. If you have not seen it, I'm surprised you're watching this in the first place, but go watch it. Fantastic movie. So the answer is Star Trek VI. Dax for 600. This Dax host was the subject of a huge controversy on Trill when the talented musician was revealed to be a serial killer. Good old Duran. Kirk's conquest for 600. In Star Trek 2009, Uhura interrupts Kirk with an Orion played by this actress, who is Rachel Nichols. Star Trek Lower Decks for 600. In the episode Crisis Point 2 Paradoxus, Boimler passes out due to dehydration and hallucinations about this Star Trek Legacy character. And that would be Sulu. Who said it for 600? Would you like to talk about what's bothering you, or would you like to break some more furniture? That is Counselor Deanna Troi. Jeffrey Combs for 600. In probably his second most well-known Star Trek role, initially an enemy to the Federation, he actually ended up helping save Earth. The answer is Shran. Down to the 800-point round for movie openings. The answer is Star Trek Generations. Now, this is another one that gets crapped on a lot. And yeah, it really did Kirk dirty, but beautiful movie, filmed. The cinematography was fantastic. And maybe I'm a little nostalgic because it is the first Star Trek movie I saw in the theaters, but I don't think it deserves as much hate as it gets. Dax for 800. Jadzia Dax recognized that her own habit of speaking with her hands behind her back was inherited from this Dax host. That was Leela Dax. Kirk's conquest for 800. In an alternate timeline, Kirk and this woman are sent back to the 21st century where they have to work together to restore the timeline. That is Lieutenant Lan Noonien Singh. Star Trek Lower Decks for 800. Actually, before we get in this category, if you have not watched Star Trek Lower Decks, because some people haven't given it a chance because of the cartoon, actually, I kind of was in that category for a little bit. Watch it. It's charming. It's fun. The cast is great. And if you are a Star Trek Legacy person, they drop in so many little nuggets that it's worth the watch. It's fantastic. Let's go to the question. In the episode Old Friends, New Planets, the Cerritos crew goes up against this former Nova Squad ringleader. That is, of course, Nick Lorcano, the Tom Paris lookalike. Who said it for 800? Everyone has their reasons. That's what's so frightening. People can find a way to justify any action, no matter how evil. You can't judge people by what they think or say, only by what they do. Kieran Reese.
Everyone has their reasons. That's what's so frightening. People can find a way to justify any action, no matter how evil.
That quote is perfection. Perfection. Jeffrey Combs for 800. In another Ferengi role, this character tried to loot an unconscious crew of an early starship. The answer is Krem. I'm going to pause it for just a moment because I got to do that whole beg and plead and beg and more beg thing. If you like what we're doing here, again, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you have a suggestion for a category or a question, drop those in the comments as well. I really want to go on another Star Trek cruise, and so if we can monetize this, it would be awesome. So if you have friends, share the video. Share it on your social medias. If you have people you hate and you did not like this video, send it to them. But now, time for the hard round, the 1,000-point question round. Movie openings for 1,000. Which movie is this from? I was kind of cheap with this one because it's very similar to another movie. This is just kind of the slowed down, more methodic style of music. So the answer is Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Dax for 1,000. The 5th Dax host, but the first to join Starfleet. The answer is Tarius. Kirk's conquest for 1,000. Kirk drilled her in the bedroom while she drilled him in the courtroom during a TOS episode. The answer is Ariel Shaw. Star Trek Lower Decks for 1,000. The year the first episode of Star Trek Lower Decks takes place in. That is 2380. Who said it for 1,000? Giving up our values in the name of security is to lose the battle in advance. Captain Christopher Pike. Now again, Strange New Worlds is so good, and Anson Mount leads the goodness in multiple ways. Check out Strange New Worlds. Jeffrey Combs for 1,000. This role entails kidnapping aliens of different races and forcing them to fight gladiator style in his very own starship, broadcasting the matches to millions of avid viewers. The answer is Penk. And now we're at Final Jeopardy, so let's check out the category. Women of Trek. So this category was inspired by Nana Visitor's book that just came out this year. And it's a book about women who's been in Star Trek and kind of their journey through everything. So I got inspired by it and I really wanted to make this the category for Final Jeopardy. So let's check out the answer. She did co-star in the earliest episode of Trek, but later she became the 4th woman to fly a single-engine aircraft solo across the Atlantic Ocean, and the 2nd to do it from New York City. Who is Susan Oliver? Now, I just want to take a moment to thank you for joining us for episode 1 of Star Trek Jeopardy. With any luck, we'll do this once a month if it gets some traction. So make sure you hit that like button, tell some friends. And I do want to say thank you for joining us and sticking with it. Have a great day.